When I first began seriously exploring film in my teens, I, like many, was drawn to the movies that were made as part of the new Hollywood film movement. This term is often used to describe films made in the late 1960s and through the 1970s by a new group of talented young directors and actors. These films are defined by their complex characters and themes, influenced by drugs, sex, Vietnam, and Watergate.
Coming here if I didn't like you.
But if it's sickening for you?
It's not. I enjoy it. I look forward to it. It's the one thing I have to look forward to.
The films often violated social norms and changed American filmmaking forever. A lot of big names are associated with this period in cinema history. Directors like Stanley Kubrick, Martin Scorsese, Robert Altman, and Francis Ford Coppola, with stars like Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, Dustin Hoffman, and Jack Nicholson.
You're right, you're right. You're right.
I want to talk to you about one of the lesser-known actors to come from this influential period and one of my favorite actors, John Cazale. John Cazale often gets lost in the shuffle during the conversation of great actors, partially because he was a supporting actor, but also because of the brevity of his career that was cut short by lung cancer. Cazale's film acting career was fleeting but effective. Over the course of 6 years, he appeared in 5 films, all of which were nominated for Best Picture at the Academy Awards. He was hailed by his contemporaries and revered by those who followed. I want to take you film by film and consider Cazale's performances. Consider his choices. Consider how he enhances each film and how he lifts the actors around him. His first film role came in 1972 with Francis Ford Coppola's The Godfather. John plays Fredo, the weak and jilted brother. In a film packed with big performances, John makes the most with very little screen time, creating a memorable and relatable character by manifesting characteristics and traits most people fear. No one wants to let down their father or their siblings. No one wants to be seen as weak and stupid. No one wants to get passed over. John illustrates these traits with his solemn body language and timid vocal performance. We first meet Fredo drunk at his sister's wedding.
How are you, Fredo? Fredo? My brother Fredo, this is Kay Adams.
Hi.
How you doing? This is my brother Mike. Are you having a good time? Huh?
John doesn't play this big and bombastic. He's quiet, tender, affectionate. None of the qualities we have seen from the other Corleone men thus far. Later, we get a very emotional performance from John, as Fredo watches his father get shot down in front of him. John is able to capture the horror and helplessness of Fredo. Fredo fumbles with his pistol, unable to shoot back. Fredo stands frozen as he watches his father slump to the street, blood oozing from his wounds. We get a close-up of John's face here, and his sorrowful eyes. John's eyes are one of his most powerful acting tools. Throughout his career, he is able to convey mountains of emotions through them. John's biggest scene comes late in the film, as Fredo is stuck in the middle of a fight between his brother and casino owner Mo Green. Here we see John play Fredo with more confidence, as we get a glimpse at how he has adjusted to his new life in Vegas.
Hey, wait, hey, leave them out here. We'll deal with them later. He's tired, he wants to clean up. All right, now, let me open the door, all right?
John's voice is more assertive. He stands a little straighter. He's a little smoother.
Hello, Mike. Welcome to Las Vegas. All for you, kid. Huh? It was all his idea, right? Didn't you?
Freddie, your brother Freddie.
It was hey, girls here. Huh? Well, I'll be right back.
All right,
Take it easy.
okay.
You keep them occupied. Atta boy, huh? Anything you want, kid. Anything, huh?
Who are the girls?
That's for you to find out.
Get rid of them, Fredo.
Hey, Mike.
Fredo, I'm here on business. I leave tomorrow and I get rid of them. I'm tired. Get rid of the band, too.
This is where John's demeanor changes. John is able to show Fredo's defeat and confusion as he goes from being cordial to the guests to yelling at them.
Hey, that's it. Hey, Angelo. That's it. Quiet. Come on, let's go. Hey, come on! Scram! Come on, honey, let's go. Come on, I don't know, Johnny. I don't know what the hell's the matter with him. I'm sorry.
Sorry. Sorry, Freddie.
Come on, Angelo. I don't know, just he's tired, he's
What happened to Mo Green?
He said he had some business. He said give him a call when the party started.
We'll give him a call. The Corleone family is thinking of giving up all its interest in the olive oil business, settling out here. Now, Mo Green will sell us his share of the casino and the hotel, so it could be completely owned by the family. Tom?
Hey, Mike, are you sure about that? Mo loves the business. He never said nothing to me about selling.
Yeah, well, I'll make him an offer he can't refuse.
Fredo tries to stand up to Michael and tell him Mo won't sell, but as Michael takes control of the room, John slips back into Fredo's old mannerisms and body language.
See, Johnny, we figure that entertainment will be a big factor in drawing gamblers at the casino. And we hope you'll sign a contract to appear 5 times a year.
Sure, Mike. I'll do anything for my godfather, you know that.
Good.
Hey, Mike. Hello, fellas. Everybody's here. Freddie, Tom. Good to see you, Mike.
How are you, Mo?
All right. You got everything you want? The chef cooked for you special. The dancers will kick your tongue out, and your credit is good. Draw chips for everybody in the room so they can play in the house.
As soon as Mo enters the room, you can tell he has a domineering relationship over Fredo. Fredo scrambles to pull out his chair. Fredo pats him on the back, trying to flaunt their closeness.
Casino. The hotel. Corleone family wants to buy you out.
The Corleone family wants to buy me out. No, I buy you out. You don't buy me out.
Your casino loses money. Maybe we can do better. You're unlucky.
You goddamn guineas really make me laugh. I do you a favor and take Freddie in when you're having a bad time, and then you try to push me out.
Wait a minute. You took Freddie in because the Corleone family bankrolled your casino because the Molinari family on the coast guaranteed his safety. Now, we're talking business. Let's talk business.
Yeah, let's talk business, mate. First of all, you're all done. The Corleone family don't even have that kind of muscle anymore. The Godfather is sick, right? You're getting chased out of New York by Barzini and the other families.
Is that why you slapped my brother around in public?
Oh, no, that was nothing, Mike. Now, Mo didn't mean nothing by that. Sure, he flies off the handle once in a while, but Mo and me were good friends, right, Mo, huh?
I got a business to run. I gotta kick asses sometimes to make it run right. We had a little argument, Freddie and I, so I had to straighten him out.
You straightened my brother out?
He was banging cocktail waitresses 2 at a time. Players couldn't get a drink at the table. What's wrong with you?
John is great in this scene. This is something that a lot of people in the world of The Godfather would be proud of, but John relays Fredo's embarrassment. He averts his eyes in shame like a little kid.
I leave for New York tomorrow. Think about a price.
Do you know who I am? I'm Mo Green. I made my bones when you were going out with cheerleaders.
Wait a minute, Mo.
Fredo looks anxious caught between them.
Tom, you're the consigliere, and you can talk to the Don, you can explain...
Just a minute. Don is semi-retired, and Mike is in charge of the family business now.
After Mo storms out, John raises his voice as Fredo for the first time, making one last effort to stand up to his younger brother.
Mike, you don't come to Las Vegas and talk to a man like Mo Green like that!
Fredo, you're my older brother, and I love you.
Here, John lowers his eyes, once again defeated.
But don't ever take sides with anyone against the family again.
Fredo is back right where he started.
Ever.
John made such an impact in his scenes and impressed Francis Ford Coppola so much that he created a role for him in his next film, 1974's The Conversation. The Conversation follows surveillance expert Harry Call, who is hired by a mysterious client to tail and record a cryptic conversation between a young couple through San Francisco's Union Square. Harry faces a moral dilemma after the recordings reveal a potential murder plot. John plays Harry's assistant, Stan. Stan is a small part. We don't get a ton of insight into the character or his inner life, but John is able to bring this regular guy to life. Stan is the antithesis of Harry. Harry is closed off and pushes people away, even more so as his paranoia sets in. Stan is a normal, fun-loving guy. His normalness emphasizes Harry's extreme behavior.
Oh, what have we here? Okay, come on, you little babies now. Wet your lips there. All right, give me some tongue. Just give me a little tongue there. Come on. Come on, just a little tongue. That's that. Nice, wet French kiss now. Come on, a nice wet one there, huh?
Come on. Pay attention to your recording, too.
Coming in loud and clear.
This simple exchange encapsulates their entire relationship within the first 5 minutes of the film.
Hey, Harry.
Morning.
Hey, man, there's an article in here about the convention. It mentions your name.
Are you?
Yeah, you're one of the notables who's going tomorrow night. Did you know that?
Yeah, I told him I'd be there.
Listen. Among those preeminent in the field expected to attend are Hal Lipsett and Harry Call from San Francisco. Kenneth Sperry will speak on surveillance and the law. Wait a minute, listen to this. Where the hell is it? Also attending will be William P. Moran of Detroit, Michigan.
Since when did William P. Moran of Detroit, Michigan become preeminent in the field?
Oh, he's very big there. You want some coffee?
Throughout, Stan is trying to get Harry to loosen up. Stan wants to be friends, but Harry is only interested in his work.
He's the guy that told Chrysler that Cadillac was getting rid of its fins. It was a while ago, but it was a big thing at the time.
John does a tremendous job of capturing Stan's puppy dog-like desire to be close to Harry. Harry keeps Stan at a distance, not filling him in on the inner workings of the business. This all comes to a head after Harry yells at Stan, telling him to focus on his recordings.
Hey, Harry, what do you say we take a break? Come on, we'll go to Al's Transbay. I'll buy you a beer, huh? How about that?
No, I want to finish this.
I thought you turned those tapes in.
Stan, be quiet, will you?
All right, all right.
Do you think we can do this?
Tired of drinking anyhow.
What a stupid conversation.
Stan, please, I'm trying to work.
What the hell are they talking about, for Christ's sake?
Stanley, please, I'm trying to get this done.
All right, don't get excited, man.
Well, I'm getting fed up.
About what?
About your asking me questions all day long.
Jesus.
Don't say that.
Hear the pitch in John's voice raises.
Well, for Christ's sakes.
Stan, don't say that again, please. Don't use that word in vain. It bothers me.
What's the matter, Harry?
John gets serious, concerned. John shows that Stan really cares for Harry. He is a good friend after all.
Your work's getting sloppy. I mean, we had a much better track here if you'd paid more attention to the recording, less attention to what they were talking about.
Well, I can't see why a couple of questions about what the hell's going on can get you so out of joint.
Because I can't sit here and explain the personal problems of my clients.
I heard if you filled me in a little bit once in a while. Did you ever think of that?
It has nothing to do with me, and even less to do with you.
It's curiosity. Did you ever hear of that? It's just goddamn human nature.
Listen, if there's one surefire rule that I have learned in this business is that I don't know anything about human nature. I don't know anything about curiosity. That's not part of what I do. This is my business, and when I'm...
I'll see you later.
Next, we follow Harry through a surveillance convention, where he runs into his rival, William Moran, and finds Stan working at his booth. John plays this scene with a bit of cockiness, like a lover who has moved on.
Stanley, do me a favor, huh? Come on, mind the booth, all right? Come on, that's what I pay you. Just a couple of minutes. I just want to get a drink, all right?
Hi, Harry.
There's a quiet rebellion in his glance.
Understand?
right? You two used to work together, huh? See that son of a bitch sitting there? He stole my latest idea
A lot
for
of
a
nice
voice.
ladies around here tonight. Say, how about that pastry lady? She come across?
Come on, forget it. She's a part-time nut. We'll get something. We'll pick
Hey,
something
Harry,
up.
where you going?
All right, you guys go on without me. I'm going to talk to Stan.
Meet you later at the Chrome Dome exhibit.
Don't be long, huh, Harry? Come on.
Harry confronts Stan.
Since when you working for Moran, Stanley?
John's confidence quickly disappears.
Since yesterday. Listen, that wasn't serious. It was just a stupid argument.
That wasn't it, Harry. It's just that I figured it was time I move up, that's all.
No, Stan.
He fidgets and paces back and forth as Harry confronts him.
I don't want you telling him about any of my things. No, that's not ethical.
There's no what much you ever let me in on, Harry. Maybe that's the problem.
Okay, all right. I'll bring you along faster. I'll show you some of the stuff.
You won't show me anything. Keep it all to yourself. You know damn well you will.
Oh, really, Stan. Wait a while. Will you think about it? Don't do this to me now.
You can see his eyes looking anywhere but at Harry.
Some guy's following me.
After Harry tells Stan he's being followed, his awkward defiance changes into worry.
I don't know. It has something to do with the assignment last week. I don't know what it's about, but I don't like it.
Okay. All right.
John masterfully portrays the shift of multiple emotions throughout the course of the scene. John's only in a few scenes in the conversation, but he once again turns in a great supporting performance that elevates his co-stars by accentuating their differences. Later that year, John would return to the role of Fredo Corleone in The Godfather Part 2. Fredo plays a bigger and more important role in the second part of the Godfather saga. John delicately handles Fredo's feelings of inadequacy and helplessness. Fredo goes through a tragic journey, along with his brother Michael, their lives and relationship becoming more intertwined and complicated. The Godfather 2 begins not unlike the first film, with a celebration, this time for Michael's son Anthony's first communion.
Fredo, you son of a bitch, you look great! Frank Pentangeli.
Fredo arrives late. He's dressed in a flashy suit, sporting a tan and a pencil mustache, much like his father's.
I thought you was never coming out west, you big bum. I gotta check on my boys. Hey, Fredo. Hey, what's with the food around here?
What's the matter?
Kid comes up to me in a white jacket, gives me a Ritz cracker and a chopped liver. He says, can of peas. I said, can of peas my ass. That's a Ritz cracker and chopped liver. He goes, hey, what? Bring out the peppers and sardines.
Oh, seeing you reminds me of New York, the old days, huh?
Fredo joins his family for dinner, along with his ditzy and garishly dressed wife, Deanna.
Cent'anni. It means 100 years.
It means we should all live happily for 100 years. The family. It would be true if my father were alive. Honey.
You can tell there's a lot of tension between John's wife and his family. John watches intently as Deanna reaches out and shakes his brother-in-law's hand. Fredo is jealous.
How do you do? My pleasure.
Later in the evening, Fredo watches helplessly as Deanna drunkenly dances with another man, making a scene as she falls down on the dance floor. Fredo takes her aside and threatens to hit her if she doesn't straighten up.
I just want to dance.
Dancing is one thing. You're falling all over the floor.
Oh, I know what's the matter with you. You're just jealous because he's a real man.
I swear to God, Deanna, I'm gonna belt you right in the teeth.
Oh, you couldn't bet your mama.
It's a rare glimpse at Fredo's dark side. John makes it feel like an empty threat, though, unable to actually inflict physical pain. He looks helpless as one of Michael's men removes Deanna from the party. Fredo sits down with his brother.
I can't control her, Mikey. You're my brother, Fredo. You don't have to apologize.
Michael consoles him, telling him not to apologize, but you can see Fredo's frustration with his brother building. Later in the film, Fredo visits Michael in Cuba on the eve of Castro's revolution, bringing with him $2 million to invest in casinos down there. There's a great bit of comedy here from John, as the bellhop tries to help him with the luggage that's full of cash, and Fredo fights to hold on to it. This scene is the first time Fredo has seen his brother since he unwittingly helped in a failed attempt on Michael's life by Hyman Roth and Johnny Ola. John portrays an uneasiness in the following scene, as Fredo carefully navigates the space around his brother, trying to figure out if he knows anything.
That, huh? $2 million in the seat next to me in that plane. Oh, excuse me.
No, it's okay.
You want to count it? Mikey, what the hell's going on anyway? I'm totally in the dark.
The family's making an investment in Havana. This is a little gift for the president.
Oh. Oh, that's great. Havana's great. It's my kind of town. Anybody I know in Havana?
I don't know. Hyman Roth? Johnny Ola?
No, I never met them.
When Michael brings up Roth and Ola, John gets quiet and hesitant as he delivers his lines, bringing extra attention to Fredo's nervousness.
Kind of nervous from the trip. Can I get a drink or something?
I thought maybe we'd go out together.
John and Al have a great scene together as they have a heartfelt conversation on a restaurant patio.
Sometimes I think I should have married a woman like you did. Like Kay.
John speaks quietly at first. There's tension in his voice as Fredo laments about his marriage.
Kids, a family. Once in my life, more like Pop.
He struggles to look Michael in the eyes. He can barely push out the word Pop.
It's not easy to be his son, Fredo. Not easy.
John leans into Michael, grabbing him by the arm, whispering his confession.
You know, Mama used to tease me. She'd say, you don't belong to me. You were left on the doorstep by gypsies. Sometimes I think it's true.
You're no gypsy, Fredo.
Mikey, I was mad at you.
Michael glares at him. Fredo quickly changes the subject.
Why didn't we spend time like this before?
John, showing Fredo's frustration, squeezes a lighter in his hand, drops it on the table as he switches to a more jovial tone.
Por favor. How do you say banana daiquiri?
Banana daiquiri.
That's it?
Uno banana daiquiri.
Banana daiquiri. And a club soda.
Michael asks him to play host to the senator and some other guests that are coming to celebrate the new year in Cuba. There's a hint of sarcasm and resentment in John's voice as he tells Michael,
My specialty, right?
Can I trust you with something?
Of course, Mike.
Later on in the evening, we're all invited to the presidential palace for a reception, bringing the new year. After it's over, then you take me home in a military car, alone, for my protection. Before I reach my hotel, I'll be assassinated.
John's face tenses as Michael reveals there will be another attempt on his life. Fredo looks worried for his brother, worried he's been found out.
Who? Roth.
Here, John's body relaxes, revealing Fredo's relief.
It was Roth that tried to kill me in my home. It was Roth all along. He acts like I'm his son, his successor. But he thinks he's gonna live forever. He wants me out. How can I help? You just go along as though you know nothing. I've already made my move.
What move?
Hyman Roth will never see the new year.
At the celebration on New Year's Eve, Fredo comes alive. He's charming and funny, the center of attention, making everyone feel welcome and taken care of.
Mike, I've been looking forward to this.
This is Fred Congo from UTT.
I know Fred.
That Fred here, he doesn't mean cha-cha-cha, so watch out later on.
Oh, he does, huh?
All right, gentlemen, it's refill time here. You might try some of them local drinks, you know, or Cuba Libre, Pina Colada.
I think I'll try one of them red-headed Yolanda.
That you got. Con Gusto, you got it.
Johnny, you don't know my brother Fredo, do you, Johnny? Johnny Ola? Fredo.
We never met. Johnny Ola. Pleasure.
When Johnny Ola joins the group, Fredo tenses up and gives Ola a rigid greeting, raising the suspicions of Michael. Fredo takes the group to a seedy sex club.
Hey, come on! Everybody stands, but it's worth it. Watch. You're not going to believe this.
Don't believe it already.
Huh? $50, right?
You got a bet, mister.
This is where Fredo slips up and reveals that Johnny Ola told him about the club the last time he was in Cuba.
Hey, Freddie, where did you find this place?
Johnny Ola told me about this place. He brought me here. I didn't believe it, but seeing is believing, huh?
I see it and I still don't believe it.
$50, Pat. Old man Roth had never come here, but old Johnny knows these places like the back of his hand. So watch him, he's gonna break the cracker with it.
John's innocent delivery makes you cringe as you realize his mistake. Michael is stunned and disgusted by his brother. Michael confronts Fredo at a New Year's Eve party at the governor's mansion. It's one of the most iconic scenes in film history.
There's a plane waiting for us.
Most of the praise rightly lands on Pacino and his intensity as he grabs John by the neck, kisses him, and sneers.
I know it was you, Fredo. You broke my heart. You broke my heart.
John's reaction is critical, though. At first, you don't see his face, but you can sense his reaction as his body tenses up. Then Coppola cuts to John. You see the fear and the realization that he's been found out wash over him. He struggles to pry Michael's hands from the back of his neck and then slinks off into the night. Michael escapes Cuba as it falls into revolution, and Fredo goes missing. Some time passes, and Fredo returns home at Michael's behest, an assurance that everything is okay. Michael confronts his brother in a dimly lit boathouse, framed by a large window overlooking the snowy Nevada landscape. Michael pulls up a chair opposite of Fredo. John is splayed out, leaned back in the chair. John shields his eyes from Michael, hiding his shame. They sit in silence for a moment, and then Fredo gives in and confesses.
I haven't got a lot to say, Mike.
We have time.
I was kept pretty much in the dark. I didn't know all that much.
What about now? Is there anything you can help me out with? Anything you can tell me now?
You got potentially, that's all I can tell you.
John's voice is shaky, and he plays the entire scene laid back in the chair.
I didn't know it was going to be a hit, Mike. I swear to God, I didn't know it was going to be a hit. Johnny Ola bumped into me in Beverly Hills. And he said that he wanted to talk. He said that you and Roth were in on a big deal together. And that there was something in it for me if I could help him out. He said that you were being tough on the negotiations, but if they could get a little help and close the deal fast, it'd be good for the family.
Even when Fredo gets angry, he can't bring himself to stand up to his brother. He bounces in the chair helpless, defeated, and resigned to his fate.
You believe that story? You believe that?
He said there was something in it for me, on my own.
I've always taken care of you, Fredo.
Taking care of me? You're my kid brother, and you take care of me? Did you ever think about that? Huh? Did you ever once think about that? Send Fredo off to do this, send Fredo off to do that. Let Fredo take care of some Mickey Mouse nightclub somewhere. Send Fredo to pick somebody up at the airport. I'm your older brother, Mike, and I was stepped over.
That's the way Pop wanted it.
It ain't the way I wanted it. I can handle things. I'm smart. Not like everybody says. Like dumb, I'm smart, and I want respect.
It's a heartbreaking scene. It's maybe the most acting we get to see from John in the series, but he still does it subtly. He doesn't go too extreme. He doesn't make it too big. John's body quivers as he yells, his limbs moving like a marionette.
Is there anything you can tell me about this investigation? Anything more?
He finishes his confession, his testimony, and just falls back into the chair. Finished.
The Senate lawyer, Questad. He belongs to Roth.
Fredo, you're nothing to me now. You're not a brother. You're not a friend. I don't want to know you or what you do. I don't want to see you at the hotels. I don't want you near my house. When you see our mother, I want to know a day in advance so I won't be there. You understand?
Mikey.
I don't want anything to happen to him while my mother's alive.
The next time we see Fredo is at the funeral for his mother. John is bent over the casket crying. A vein protrudes from his large forehead. In this scene, John is able to show Fredo's weakness and vulnerability without saying a word. Fredo's sister Connie enters, and he grabs her tight, pulling her in. Fredo needs Michael, but his younger brother still refuses to see him. Connie goes to Michael and begs him to forgive Fredo and let him rejoin the family. Michael finally relents.
Can't you forgive Fredo? He's so sweet and helpless without you.
Michael coldly approaches Fredo, who sits in a chair smoking. John doesn't stand. He just looks up at him with his sad eyes and gulps. Michael takes his brother by the back of his neck, not unlike he did on New Year's Eve, but this time his embrace is tender. John squeezes his back, bringing him in closer like his brother's approval is all he ever needed. It's a heartwarming scene until Michael looks away and you know Fredo has not been forgiven. Fredo naively believes all is well. He begins to bond with Michael's son, Anthony. We get to see a sweet scene of Fredo taking his nephew fishing. He tells him a story about going fishing with his dad and brothers when he was younger.
Everybody. And I was the only one that caught a fish. Nobody else could catch one except me. You know how I did it? Every time I put the line in the water, I said a Hail Mary. And every time I said a Hail Mary, I caught a fish. You believe that?
Here, John is able to communicate Fredo's gentle and caring nature. We soon learn that Michael has not forgiven Fredo, though, and orders his death. He uses the bond Fredo's formed with his son against him.
Anthony! Anthony!
He's here! We're going fishing!
No! Michael wants to take him to Reno now.
Ah, boy. Hey, Anthony. Listen. I'll catch one for you with a secret, huh? All right? Okay, go ahead. Okay, Al, let's go.
Michael watches from the same boathouse where Fredo confessed, as his henchman Al Neri executes Fredo on the lake.
Blessed art thou amongst women. Blessed is the fruit of thy womb, Jesus. Holy Mary, Mother of God, pray for us sinners.
John's performance humanized Fredo. His acting choices make us care for and understand Fredo. It makes us mourn his death and emphasizes Michael's descent into evil. In a different actor's hands, it could have been played for laughs. He could have been unlikable. John understood that that wasn't Fredo, and in the process created an unforgettable character.